How you doing, guys? It's Alessandro here from Spicymoustache with some new tips in order to help you creating your own green area, indoor or outdoor, following the principle of do as nature does. Growing your own food in a small space like my urban garden could be pretty hard for a variety of reasons. This is why with a limited space, you have a limited margin of error, and you should protect your garden as much as possible from weather changes and wildlife. A recurring issue that most people with a garden are facing every season here in London is dealing with foxes. You could also apply the following methods to keep away cats from your growing space, and I'll give you some bonus tips at the end of this video. So dig up that like button, and today I'll show you all you need to know to repel foxes and cats from your growing space without using any sort of chemical. Foxes are a common sight in towns, cities and gardens throughout the UK. Foxes are intelligent animals and have been able to continuously adapt to our ever-changing landscape. You can find them equally in the countryside or in an urban environment like here in London. Our gardens often create a wonderland full of tasty and interesting things for the ever-curious foxes that wander around cities and countrysides. The biggest difference between wild foxes and domestic cats is the importance placed on territory. A typical day in the life of a fox is dominated by scent marking territory and doing rounds, ensuring that rival foxes are not taking over their territory. Of course, cats tend to do the same with neighboring cats, which could be upsetting for the owner who feel their cat getting bullied. However, in the grand scheme of things, the battle for the territory is not a life and death situation for a cat as it is with a fox. A domestic cat knows their owner will feed it, and it can always run inside to the safety of the house if the situation gets awkward. On the other hand, a wild fox is completely reliant on itself. It doesn't have the luxury of a nice bowl of food or the comfortable sofa to retreat to. This makes foxes incredibly risk averse. If they get a sniff of potential danger, they will get out of the area and won't stick around to risk potential injury or death. Their survival literally depends on it. After 7 years or so that I've been dealing with foxes, I learned a few tips to avoid issues in my garden. I found out that plants with a strong smell, they are ideal to keep foxes away from your garden. Between all the homemade remedies I have tried, this is so far the most effective and really easy to make. Heat up 6 cups of water in a pan on your stove. You don't need to bring it to boil, but to the point where it's almost boiling. Now chop up 1 cup of basil leaves and add them to the hot water. Add 1 cup of chopped fresh geranium leaves. Chop up 4 cloves of garlic and add them to the water. You could also replace the garlic with a big onion. And for your last ingredient, add 1 cup of freshly chopped sage and add it to the water. Now turn the heat down to low and put a lid on the pan of water. So now you can leave the mix simmer for about 30 minutes and remove the pan from the heat. Allow the mix to cool completely before straining. Pour the cooled mix through a strainer and separate the solids from the liquid. You can now pour the liquid into a spray bottle or a sprayer like this one. You can now spread the strained solids around your garden, and you can also spray down certain areas of the garden. This mix of strongly scented herbs is known to repel foxes and other kind of animals. Repeat the process every 2 weeks when the scent wears off or after a heavy rain. Before planting out all the plants for the season, I cover all my raised beds with plastic sheet and I secure it in place with pots, buckets or any sort of heavy thing. Doing so, I make sure not to leave any spot of soil uncovered so that foxes won't find any place to dig. Also, you could potentially mulch your raised beds using plants with a strong scent like geranium leaves or lavender flowers, garlic and many others that could potentially repel them. This will help to discourage foxes from digging in your garden. Once the plants are ready to be planted out in my garden, I make sure to plant them as close as possible so that there won't be any empty accessible spaces to dig. Companion planting helps a lot to do this, and I made a whole video about it if you would like to check it out. Also, try not to leave any bag of soil, mulch or loose item around your garden, or it will be ripped off overnight. Another great tip to stop foxes coming in and out of your garden is to try to block every hole or every access to your garden. They can easily leap over an 8-foot wall or squeeze their body through trellises or small entrances, but if you make their life harder, they won't bother to come to your garden. There is a small hole in one of the corners of my garden, so I stacked 2 buckets with water in front of it. This not only blocks foxes to access the garden, but also this guy here and all the cats from the neighborhood. Also, you could buy some spikes to put around your fence. This won't harm the foxes or the cats, but they will discourage them to access your garden. Foxes are determined animals, and some of them will still gain access to the property even if you secured the perimeter with meshes or spikes. The next step is to scare off any foxes that manage to get access to your garden. The most effective products are sprayers, which are motion activated, battery powered, and connected to a source of tap water with a good water pressure. These devices detect movement from foxes, cats, badgers, and many other animals, and they spray a jet of water to scare them off. It's recommended to change their placement around your garden every week to confuse the animals. There are dozens of gadgets sold online that could potentially work to scare off foxes from your garden. However, I tried many different things, but nothing worked, especially because in urban areas like London, they are used to loud noises and human activity. Also, placing some mirrors around your garden could help to make foxes think they are in rivals' territory. Another trick that I like to use for my garden when the plants are still small and not big enough to obstruct the access to the soil of my raised beds is to place nets all around my raised beds. You just need some bamboo sticks that will be joined by using cable ties. Once you have your basic structure made with your bamboo sticks, you can then place a netting all around it that I found in a garden center, but you could also find it online pretty cheap to protect your raised beds. You can fix it around it with some staplers, and also you can reuse it every year. Remember to leave one of the sides not stapled, so you can easily access your raised bed for daily check or watering. I use strings or cotton thread to close the side that is not stapled, so in this way I can easily open it and close it whenever I need to. So far, thanks to this method, I never had any other issue with cats or foxes digging around my garden. I also own 2 cats that used to dig my pots and damage roots and plants. After using many methods to try to discourage them to do so, I found out that using perlite keeps them away from pots. I simply add 1 inch of perlite to every pot, and this seems to discourage them from digging. Alternatively, you can spray around your garden on pots or raised beds a mix of citrus and water, and this will keep them away. Finally, I think it is fair to say that foxes could cause problems to people, and in order to resolve these problems, we need to employ a common sense approach. Always try to remove or disguise the temptation that draws foxes into your garden. There are many options available, so if one doesn't work, try something else and don't give up. Just remember that foxes are part of nature, so be kind and try to deal with them in the most natural way. I hope you liked today's video, and if so, please subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification settings so you can be notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you next Friday for a new episode. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!